Okay, so listen. The season wrapped with a wonderful wedding type of ceremony. Yet, when I turned off my television, I felt like there were some marriages that may not make it into the next season. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6, Episode 17, which is the season finale. And as I said, you know, we wrapped this whole season up with all season we've been getting ready for Ray and Karen's 25th anniversary and the renewal of their vows, which was, listen, I'm just going to, let me start here. I'm going to start with the fashions. Start with the fashions. Now, Giselle, you actually look nice, except for that baby that away hush hush sweet Charlotte wig. I said, Makeup, just beautiful. Dress, she had this bodycon dress on. She was banging. Giselle banged this dress. You understand me? And this really nice gold. It was just real. It wasn't too much. It was just perfect. Oh, I was like, dang. I was so mad that, you know, she had messed up her foot. So she had the boot on. So she had this bedazzled tennis shoe on. That's fine. We let that go. But if she could have actually had her shoes on, listen. She banged that dress. She looked really nice in the dress. Robin, I hated it. She had this black mini dress on. It had the one, you know, all the stuff I like. It had the one old nasty piece of one shoulder, but it had like some conflama going on the shoulder. It was just too dark. It was too dark for Robin. It just, you know what? It went along with Robin. It went along with everything Robin got going on. It was just sad, just like her. Just sad. Ascala looked fabulous. She looked really cute. Very on brand with her. You know, she's always very, that's, you know, that's what I think whenever I see Ascala. She looked really pretty though. And I'm just doing what stood out. I probably want to miss some people. Wendy, mess. Pure mess. I don't know what possessed you, Wendy, to put on that too little dress. That dress, there wasn't no ifs, weren't no ands, weren't no buts. Your dress was too small. It was too small. She needed to go up 2 sizes. Her titties was busted out. She had to lay down. She was laying in the back seat. I would excuse it if you were the bride. If you were the bride, you know, sometimes when we go to galas and things like that and weddings, sometimes you got to do something strange. You know, like, you know, you may have on a wedding dress that you got to lay in the back seat so it don't wrinkle up or don't, you know, it's best to actually get dressed at the church and do everything at the church. But sometimes, even when you're going out to take your pictures, listen, you have to make it work. And sometimes you might have to lay in a truck or something to get, you know, them gowns are massive and they're extra. Everything about the whole day is extra. Going to pee is like an unsaid thing. Like, we ain't even talk about it. You really think people go into a stall with a wedding gown on, a whole wedding gown? They go, if they really have to go pee, you think they go into a stall? No, you do some things that you just don't talk about again. That's all. You know, you make it work for the day. That's how it works. Yeah. All those brides, they know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A girl's day is not, listen, the life of a bride, you deserve every gift that you get. You deserve to have beautiful photos and lovely memories, because the things that you don't talk about, listen, a wedding is a whole lot. It's a whole lot. But anyway, You've seen some of the hardship. Karen, the gown, sickening. Sickening. But your venue was completely wrong for your gown. The venue was wrong, period. First of all, everybody had this little thing. The venue felt tight. People had clothes that were too tight. The atmosphere was tight. It wasn't really that big of a venue. Once you put the people in there, everybody looked tight and everybody looked uncomfortable. Everything was beautiful, and I just jumped all the way ahead. But everything was beautiful at the function, but everything just looked tight and uncomfortable to me. Everything, even when they were sitting there eating, they was like, it just looked tight and uncomfortable. I was like, mm-mm. And the steps, a horror. I don't even know who talked you into that. We're going to walk up and down these steps. The bar is up the steps. Child have been just as sober. Nobody going to keep on braving them steps. Women in heels up and down these steps. This large flight of steps. Child, you ain't doing but asking for trouble. 2, 3 of them cocktails later. Ain't nobody got time. Anyway, I done jumped ahead. Let's see. Who else stuck out? I couldn't stand Robin's. Wendy's was ridiculous. Escala was cute. Giselle was cute. Karen was beautiful. Loved everything about Karen's. The movie star hairdo, the throwback. It was just so pretty. So pretty. And she made it age appropriate. It was fly. It was fly. Karen, you look good, girl. You did. Karen broke it up. I don't even remember what Ashley had on because I didn't care nothing about it. So it didn't knock me out. None of the guys had anything on that jumped out at me. Candace, I hated it. I hated it. You look old. You look old. The dress, naturally, it fit her really nice because, Candace is built really nice. She looks good in her clothes. When she has the right clothes on. So it fit her. The fit of her dress was nice, but the styling of it was just old. It was really old. And then that turban, I said, where's she going? That little turban was horrible. I said, "Child, somebody get Mugatti over there, honey, and put her over to the side, honey. She's fussing and cussing and carrying on anyway. And having that old turban, girl, you look like you felt, girl, crazy." Anyway, that's the fashions. Whatever. Mia. She looked nice. It looked nice, but it looked like what she explained to us that she used to dance in. Them gowns that she said she used to dance in. That's what that gown gave me. It was cool. It gave me very Fredericks of Hollywood tea. Anyway, sorry, Mia. Anyhow, yeah, I said it. I did. I dare. I said it. Moving on. Okay, so listen. Let me go back because I done jumped all the way ahead. That's the fashions at the event. Anyway, let's go back to the beginning of the episode. There's this double date, okay? Double date with Ashley and Michael, Robin, and Juan. So we're still perpetuating and entertaining this love affair between Juan and Michael. Now, me personally, I'm a little sick of it. I don't find it cute. I really don't. I don't find it cute. And it's gone on so long to now it's really making me kind of look at them like, do we need to have a sit down and have a talk? Do we need to talk about some things? It's too much. It's too much. They've entertained it to the point that it's become uncomfortable. And I know it was uncomfortable for some people right in the beginning. But listen, I am totally wrapped in the L, the G, the B, all of it. The whole alphabet. I'm wrapped in it. Okay? You don't get much gayer than me. And at the point that it's got me feeling uncomfortable, we need to leave it go. Either admit to the doings Are y'all sampling in the dark arts, honey? Or are y'all going to just leave this alone and quit playing? It's not funny anymore. It's not funny. It really isn't. It's not funny. It really is like, so, girl, Robin, is Michael really going to be your wife-in-law or what? What's really going on? It's not funny anymore. That's what I'm saying. I said it. It's not funny anymore. Anyway, Michael's over there. Michael's a bitter bitch. Okay? Period. Michael is worse than Ashley. Michael is bitter when it comes to Candace and Chris. He hates them both. He hates them both, but he really has no use for Chris whatsoever. I'm like, wow, okay, he's going on. Then there's this conversation. I noticed it, like, I'm kind of with Juan here just a little bit. It feels like Robin did actually use this camera time to blast Juan. And then she act as though she was shocked at the way he responded. Well, first of all, Robin, since we met you all, and I've said this, if you go back, I got all the reviews for all the seasons. I've been here since the show been here, and I've reviewed every single episode since they've been on the air. Juan has always been ridiculous. Cute, but ridiculous. And Robin has always tiptoed around Juan. The treatment has always been like this. The relationship has always been like this. It was never a relationship that I would have indulged in. I wouldn't care how cute he is. I wouldn't. I wouldn't spend 15 minutes with Juan and his bull crap. I wouldn't. That ain't the type of relationship for me, but hey, if Robin likes it, I love it. But you know that you dance a tightrope around Juan, and you always have. So she brought it up so many times about what he didn't do when those two little boys were babies. She brought it up so much in this episode till it got on my nerves. So I was like, why are you acting surprised that he's like walking off, pulling his mic off, throwing a temper tantrum, which is what Juan does. And you're acting like this is something new and strange to you. But it did look like she used the camera time to poke at him and to get at him. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm going to say, I don't know about that relationship with them. That's one of the ones that when I wrapped and I turned my television off, I was like, I don't know if they're going to make it. And they done moved into their house and everything. At the end, they told us that they moved into their house, but they still ain't set no wedding date. And I don't know why they keep trying to push that storyline. Child, they don't want no baby. They don't want no baby. And furthermore, they don't need a baby. They don't need it. They really don't. Robin, you're busy. Juan, we already know Juan ain't good for that, and he ain't going to be no good. He ain't going to be no good to the baby until the baby is the age of the children that you have now, just like he was with the other ones. Well, our relationship, y'all ain't got no relationship now. It's still a mess. It's still a mess. It's still going to fall on you. You're going to be down there in counseling and crying and shit. Girl, don't you get pregnant. Anyway, mess around. Y'all already hanging on by a thread. I believe you have a baby, it's going to be completely over. Period. That's just what I see. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Anyway, I got questions. I'm praying for y'all. I don't know about that little relationship. I don't know if y'all going to make it, but okay. And about a doggone house, child. More stress. Anyway, moving on. Candace is sitting at a signing with E1. Now, listen. First of all, Candace in the acting is a bit much. All that crying and I used to sing into a brush. Tons of people sung into brushes. Just about everybody sang into a brush, Candace. It's really not a reason to sit up, shut up, and do the business. This is a business meeting. What is all that? It was so fake and contrived. I just thought it was cornball, really corny. And what was that suit Chris had on at that meeting? Chris, that was the wrong suit for that. It was like this party suit. It was a suit that you wear to a party. That wasn't a suit for the manager to wear to that meeting. with the vest that cut down real low and all. That was, you could have wore that to Karen's little situation. That wasn't no suit and vest for that meeting, Chris. So I felt like you were overdressed for the meeting, the business meeting, and you were underdressed for the wedding. Anyway. But that whole thing just, I was like, yeah. And it just was corny. And then when they got to the end of the scene, I said, well, wait a minute. Did we do this last season at the end of the season? Is it real this time? Because we did this whole thing last season with her. She sat down and she was supposedly signing, and we went through the whole, ooh, we're so happy, and we cried and all that stuff. Is it real this time? Asking for a friend. Anyway, moving on. These fellers, honey, in these episodes. Juan and Robin, again, like I said, that whole thing about did you ever change a diaper? Did you ever change a diaper? I was like, that is really getting on my nerves. And it, by this time, that was like the third time she brought it up. He just stormed out, honey. I said, Lord have mercy. Moving on. So, here we go. When the party starts, and I done covered a lot of the party already, but Candace was dragging the outside. Who is that hell-bent about the outside of a venue? Like, I don't care. I didn't care about that. I really didn't. It's not a church. It literally is just a banquet hall. It's just so... Stop. It was just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Everyone was fussing about the steps. I agree. The steps was ridiculous. That was just... And then they're old. They are old! I don't know why Karen picked that. That's crazy. Anyway, and I have to go up there and all that dress. And she kept saying, my dress was made in Turkey. Oh, okay, girl, we know. You could see it, honey. You could see the whole international flair of the dress. We knew what made here, baby. Okay. Anyway. Let's see, what else? I already covered Wendy in that laying in the back of the car. Her husband, I'm like, come on. Seriously, dude. You should have told her that was ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Old dumbass dress. It'd been different if it had stretch to it. It had no stretch. She couldn't even sit. I said, girl, that's stupid. Anyway, moving on. Macy Gray actually sang at the event. Now, I love me some Macy Gray. I do. I love me some Macy Gray. But, child, I said, look at people trifling. Now, she said, Karen said, Macy Gray, she said, I want to sing at your event. Child, that don't happen every day that a star of the magnitude of Macy Gray decides they want to sing for you. That's like once in a lifetime. Child, then y'all come down there. Here go Ray and his old ass talking about, yeah, Macy Gray singing her new song, Sugar Baby. The song is called Sweet Baby, and it was released back in 2001. Shut up, Ray. Trying to be hip and don't know what you're talking about. Hush. Hush, Ray. That Ray was just as clueless, honey. I said, that's a mess. Listen, I bet you if she'd have bust out and said, honey, and said, let me sing this one for you, Ray, you'd have knew everything about her. And she'd have said, we're going to hit that wang dang doodle all night long. You'd have knew that, wouldn't you, Ray? Shut on up with your foolish behind. I laughed so hard, Ray. Oh, Ray. I like Ray. I really do like Ray. He is a key. But I bet you if you did some Coco Taylor wang dang doodle, he'd have been able to give you the whole origin and told you where he was when it came out. Old ass. Anyway, moving on. So, they got to the table, and everyone trying to do the thing they do with the women to try to clear up the differences, but you're going to do it with Michael and Chris. Lord have mercy. Now, Chris was on board, and Chris was being very cool about the situation. Michael was being an asshole. He really was. He wasn't trying. He just did. Michael carried on. Michael continued to insult all the way up until his husband told him, knock it off. Knock it off. And once he told him to knock it off, He literally went ahead and accepted Chris's apology, shut his mouth, and they're like, well, can we get a hug? No, I ain't hugging him. He ain't hugged Chris, but he turned around there and hugged Juan. I said, we gonna hit that wang dang doodle all night long. Whack, 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 whack. Honey, I said, it ain't funny, y'all. It ain't funny. It's not funny. Anyway, funny looking, but it ain't funny, child. Anyhow, Candace, why do you do so much? When that fool jumped up and said, when they were going through the whole thing, when Michael just didn't want to accept the apology and just kept going on and on, Candace jumps up to the white privilege. They're both white, you idiot. Do you know how stupid you looked? Do you know how stupid you looked, Candace? With that dumb turban hollering out white privilege. If you don't find a flying carpet and get on out of here, Annie, you're an idiot. You are a complete idiot. And I think that you just don't need to go nowhere. And listen, that's the other couple I was talking about, you all. I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't. I used to think that everything was so cool and that, you know, even through her little faults, I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't. I don't know if they're going to make it because I know Chris has got to be tired and I can see it all on his face. Every time we go somewhere, you are showing your natural black ass. And I can't even say it no nicer than that. She is out here showing her natural black ass. Everywhere. Everywhere. Every time they go somewhere, and she's snapping out on him and embarrassing him out in the street. Like, y'all are not even a united front. You going off, then you going off on him. You always end up going off on him, and he ain't embarrassing you. He's just trying to kind of work with you through it. And next thing you know, you're cussing him out, making him look like a fool. Like a fool. First of all, he's too old for that. He's too old for that. You're getting to the point where you're too old for this. And you just would not keep floor showing on me in the streets. You just would not. Because eventually he going to start snapping. Because I think he snaps on you when we ain't looking. Eventually, guess what's going to happen? He going to snap on you too. Then y'all going to have a whole issue out in the street. And y'all going to be real, real embarrassed. Really embarrassed. And yeah, another thing, Candace, when they told you about social media, basically that your social media, girl, you know, now that you're an artist, girl, you need to try to make everybody like you. So all these little clapbacks and all of that, girl, that time's over. Oh, I'm good at social media. You're a liar. No, you're not. No, you're not. You a mess and you got to work on it. So knock it off. Knock it off. And girl, first thing is admitting that you have a problem. When it comes to social media, you got a problem, sis. Anyway, moving on. Just management of anger and what to say and how much to say. You got to work on it, period. Because you getting to a point, you're going to start to shooting yourself in your foot with your bull crap. Now, I'm telling you, you better cut it off. Cut it out. Anyway, moving on. So, this is the other thing. This is where I said, ooh, I'm really kind of worried about them. And when the wrap-up came, and they said, Chris ain't hardly speaking. He's not really speaking to Dorothy at this point. Because Dorothy still got a problem about the management and all of that stuff. And he's not speaking to Dorothy. Okay, see. So, if you don't see things escalating. See, Chris, ever since he been with you, Chris been ignoring and letting shit slide that goes on as far as Dorothy. When we get to the point where now Chris done escalated to where he ain't even really speaking to Dorothy, that means things are escalating. Y'all ain't fixing stuff. Things are just getting gradually worse as you go. Y'all better open up your eyes and pay attention. And more so you, Candace, because, girl, you're going to mess around and lose your husband with that bull crap. And some of this stuff can really be avoided. Some of this stuff truly can be avoided. And not to say that he's always right. Because he's not always right either, you know. But he looked, and I just was looking at Chris. Chris looked tired. He really looked out of sorts toward this season period. It looked like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And to this last episode, he just looked like he was just out of sorts, like he was just damn near at his wits' end. Girl, listen, some of this stuff could be avoided. Some of the stuff could be avoided. I don't know about them. I'm telling y'all. I got questions about him and Candace and Juan and Robin. Juan and Robin been dysfunctional for so long that they pretty much, as long as she don't get pregnant. If Robin gets pregnant, it's over. It is over. If she gets pregnant, I'm telling you, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. It's gonna be delivery. Oh, yay, 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 yay. And then single mother right around the corner, hey. Sorry. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I see. Candace and Chris, if y'all don't get a handle on this, that's going to be over, child. Y'all going to be some people that used to be married. And with that, I'm out of here. Listen. The reunion is going to start next week. Child, Nicki Minaj is, I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think about the mood of this, because Nicki walked in the door. We seen on the preview, she walked in the door and said, hello, I'm here, bitches. Baby, this ain't Love and Hip Hop. And right there, I'm just going to leave that there. And we're going to see, we can pick it up next week. See y'all.